This session is being recorded. Welcome, everyone. This is Kim Horvath from Life Coach Office. It's just under 7. It'll be 7 o'clock any moment, and I just wanted to start the call just a few moments early to make sure that we start on time. So I'm just going to give this call a few more moments, and we will begin. Now, if you're on the call, feel free to mute yourself out. If you are not able to hear me, please go into the chat area and just type in that you're having any kind of issues. You should be able to see my screen as well. On my screen, it says Life Coach Office on the upper left-hand corner, and it says Welcome Coach Kim. If you do not see that, please go ahead and let me know in the chat. Now, if you want to communicate with me at any time during this presentation, please just shoot me a message in the chat room. I will be taking messages from you there and trying to answer those questions that you put on the chat. We're going to begin basically by just telling you a little bit about me, about Life Coach Office, and then we're going to go into a little bit about 2.0. And then I'd love to share with you some of the most asked questions that we receive from Life Coach Office in our customer service line. There are some things that tend to come over more often than others. And then, of course, I want to share with you some places where you can get some help when we are not readily available. So if you are ready, I'm ready. Again, my name is Kim Horvath, and I'm the head of customer service here with Life Coach Office, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys this evening. I'm on the East Coast. I don't know where you are, but I'm on the East Coast. And the cool thing about Life Coach Office is that those of us who work with Life Coach Office are literally all over the world. So, there are some folks that are part of Life Coach Office that should be definitely in bed sleeping right now. They're on the other side of the world. And, then there are folks like me who are here in the Northeast in the U.S. But, we love the fact that we're all over and we're able to bring this wonderful platform to all of you amazing coaches out there. One of the things I want to make sure that you understand is that when you click on the Life Coach Office support button, it's right here at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click that for you. You receive a form basically that looks like this. And when you click this down button that talks about what area you're having your subject matter is about, that's how we determine where this email goes. It's an automatic system. So many of these, as you can imagine, are funneled through the customer service support desk, and they definitely come directly to me. And I'm usually able to handle most of those. Every now and then I need some support from my IT people, but understand our goal is to make sure that we get back to you within a 24-hour time frame. And when I say get back to you, I don't mean just getting back to you to say, hey, we received your email. We're really looking to have an answer for you within 24 hours. We are collectively on our emails all the time. Again, we're all over the world, and we're always trying to be there and to be a great support to you. Now, if for some reason you need an immediate answer, because sometimes it does happen, let me show you where to go. If you're looking at my screen, you see that I'm going to a clean screen. And we're just going to go and pull up the Life Coach Office site. And that's www.lifecoachoffice.com. I really can't speak and type at the same time. Don't really know why I try. All right, so this is the main Life Coach Office site. Now, what's awesome about this site is that there really is a lot there. If you scroll down all the way to the bottom, here you see something that says tutorials. When you click on tutorials, what happens is that all the tutorials that we have already posted come up, and it's always with the most recent first. And right now, the most recent is a tutorial that I did, I think it was just last week. It was just after Life Coach Office 2.0, oh, sorry about that, came out. And it really is just an overview of Life Coach Office 2.0. This is because this is happening because I'm not very patient when it comes to my technology. But anyway, this is the screen. Then Life Coach Office 2.0 meeting reminders. So this is how to do meeting reminders in 2.0. There's some information there. Why am I having this problem? Of course, it's because I'm on a live call. If I weren't, would I be having this problem? Probably not. And then there are some older Life Coach Office open calls. This call is being recorded and it will be uploaded to Life Coach Office to the Life Coach Office tutorial page as well. Not really sure why this is happening, but you get the drift. Some of the older tutorials will explain to you how to do things in Life Coach Office. Now remember, we are now upgraded to 2.0, so where you find some of the subjects, like where you find invoices or where you find the coaching journal template might be a little bit different, but what you do when you get there, that juicy content, that still is pretty much the same. So you can still use those older tutorials. We are making over our entire tutorial base, so you'll see that coming in the coming weeks. The other place that you can go to receive information is in this area right here called the knowledge base. All right, so I just clicked that. And in the knowledge base, there's also a lot of information. These are usually things that you can read. We're going to be adding some video to this as well. So those are two great places to get information that you are interested in, especially if you are someone who's trying to set something up or you're just trying to find out some quick information on the hows and the whys of doing something. Okay, so we're going to go back to the Life Coach Office screen and I'm going to show you when you click home, it's going to bring you right to the main page. So every time you're on Life Coach Office, it brings you to our main page. Now, when you receive emails from those of us who are at Life Coach Office and trying to work out what your issue is, you should expect that you're going to receive the highest customer quality care because we really do care about you. And I say that not really half jokingly. I'm very serious about this. We are passionate about making it happen for all of you coaches out there. So we're really looking to enhance the system in whatever way that we can. And it is through the questions that you ask us, the comments that you make, that's how we make decisions on what to do next with Life Coach Office. So Life Coach Office 2.0 was really born out of all of the information that we received through communicating with our coaches. Some of you have spoken with me one-on-one. You've spoken with Renee one-on-one. You've been a part of other calls. You've asked questions of us. It's through all those things that we decided, you know what, here are some great changes, some great enhancements that we can add to the system. That will not change. So please, when you have a question or when you have a comment, just shoot us an email. You never know. Your one question, comment, suggestion could be the next enhancement for Life Coach Office. All right, we really do mean that. So please just let us know. All right, now if you are new to Life Coach Office, I'm going to tell you what I tell everyone. You see this little area over here that says start here? That really is where you need to start. You need to click that button. We created it just for you. And when you click start here, you're going to get a little bit of wording that kind of gives you an idea, but there's a checklist there. And in that checklist, there's exactly all the steps that you need to take to get yourself signed up and onboarded with your information, your PayPal information, your email, all of that stuff. It tells you what to do with your programs, all of that right there in the checklist. It also, there's a quick start guide there that kind of tells you where to go to do what. And then there's also the links to the knowledge base and the tutorials and the support email that I just showed you. So if you are new to Life Coach Office, I suggest strongly that you start right there. And feel free to go ahead and click on those tutorials because they are videos that are, just like this, that show you precisely what to do. All right. Now, what are the things that we want to go over tonight? Well, let me let's see. Let's talk about, I'm going to go to my email, and I want to talk to you about a few of the things that have been coming up quite a bit since the new Life Coach Office 2.0. And it's kind of like, well, where did it go? Okay. Some people are wondering, hey, where did this coaching journal go? So I'm going to show you right now about the coaching journal. I want to show you some ways to use it so that it's much more effective for you to use with whatever coaching system and platform that you are working with. And I think that it's going to be great. So see these gears right here? You just right click on that and look at that. System settings and templates. Now that's where you want to go, to templates. And look, there's your meeting reminders and also your coaching journal templates. So if you were wondering where your coaching journal templates went, there it is. So we're going to click on that. For those of you who have not used the coaching journal, let me share with you why it's a fantastic tool. The coaching journal itself is the place where you're going to capture all the information that you need to capture about the specific meeting that you're having with your client. So every time you create a new meeting, all right, a new coaching journal is created. All right. It is not the kind of journal where you go to a book and you open it and you just go page or page by page by page. Each page is created when you create a new meeting. That's very important for you to know. Now, our standard client meeting template, I'm going to open that up so that you can take a look at it and you can understand a little bit more about how it used. So there are session preparation questions. There are free text notes. There's a session summary. And then there are private notes that only the coach can write in and only the coach can see. That's very important because as a coach, you want to be able to jot down things to jog your memory later. And maybe it's not something that you need to make available to your client. It could be something that you want to remember. It could be an aha that you received while you were coaching your client. It could be anything at all. That area looks like this. Okay. And it says, feel free to record notes from your session in the space provided. What is the problem? What insights did the client gain from the session? What actions were agreed upon? Additional notes. How long did the session last? And that is really for the purpose, yes, of recording your hours. And then you also have an opportunity to rate yourself. So that is all in the standard template. Okay. The session summary, again, to help you get the maximum benefit from your coaching experience, please answer the following questions during and or immediately following your sessions. Okay. This is for the client to complete. The overall focus of the session, my key learnings and insights, the actions that I will take as a result, my overall rating of the session, something the coach can do for me to make our sessions better, and then notes from your coach. So this is the area where you as a coach would type in and you would, be able to say something to your client. Of course, there are also free text notes. Record notes from your session in the space provided below. And then the prep questions are before your meeting. If you allow it, your client will receive an email saying, remember to complete your session preparation questions, and they'll complete these questions. That gives you an opportunity to go in and read them prior to the session, or maybe even if you can read and speak at the same time. I can't, but some people can multitask that way. You can read that quickly while you're on your session or right before. All right, so that is the coaching journal template. So just by going through that, I'm sure you can see how that can be a benefit. But here's what's even better. I want to go back and show you something. You can customize the coaching journal. All right, maybe that's not what you want to say. Maybe you want, something different. So I just want to show you something, and this is something I put together just to show other coaches, what it is that they can do with it. And this one is called the 90-Day You. All right. And this is the name of the template, 90 Day You. It's starred right here because this is the default template. So every time I go in and create a meeting, and I'll show you that in a moment, this is the journal that is automatically selected. Now, you can create as many journal templates as you want to, but only one can be the default. Okay? When you create your meeting for your client, you can choose whatever coaching journal you want for that particular meeting. That means it could be one journal today, another journal tomorrow. Maybe you have a particular group that needs to have a specific journal every week, and other groups that can have other journals. I don't know. You can do whatever you want in this area. That's the wonderful thing about it. So for this coaching journal, I have a session summary. I have private notes that are only for the coach. I have ahas, and then I have things that work. So if you go into the ahas area, it says, please list the aha moments that you had during your session here. What did you hear that made you think differently? What questions made you dig deeper? Okay? These are things that I want my um, clients to respond to. What made you think differently? Okay? And what made you dig deeper? All right? I also want to know about things that work. Keep a list of what is working for you. What is the one thing that works so far that you don't want to change? All right? You can do whatever you want to. In my own personal private coaching practice, I actually have a coaching journal that I put the homework area. What is the homework that you agreed to for this session? I can go in and I can add to it. My client can also go in and add to that area. All right? Let me show you what that looks like. So you click on the edit, and here we go. So when I click on the ahas, see where it says only clients? Who can view this session? Is it everyone? Is it only the coach or only the clients? Okay, so everyone can see it, but who can edit it? I put only the clients. So as a coach, I can't go in and write the ahas, but my clients can. All right. If I want to be able to do that, I can put only coach. I can also add all. And if I add all, we can both go into it and we can add ahas. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, so if we're both in it, what does that mean? If we are both in it, can we both save and write in this at the same time? No. Whoever is in it first will be able to do that. And whoever is in it first, when the second person goes into this same area, you will receive a message from Life Coach Office that tells you that that document is currently in use. If you receive that, do yourself a favor, just get out of it and go back into it later, because anything that you attempt to put in it is just not going to save, because the other person will at that point have the right to overwrite in that area for you. If you wanted to add questions, you simply add a question. Okay. And I clicked add question, and maybe it is what homework. No, I should probably not capitalize all that like I'm yelling at them. Did you agree to? Okay. And then I click submit. All right. Now when you go into your ahas, that's there. See? It's just that simple. So I know you're saying, but Kim, you didn't show me how to create the new template to begin with. I got you. Don't worry. So let's go into new. See, you're at the coaching journal templates. All the templates are there. You're just going to click new. And what happens? When you click new, it basically takes the standard template, the session summary and the private notes. It takes those two, and here you simply give it a new name. LCO 2.0 call. And then we're going to add a section because I really like for people to be able to record their aha moments on every template. So I'm going to say aha moments. List the things that list the insights you had during your meeting. I cannot type tonight. Hopefully you type better than I do. And then all you have to do, let's see, I only want the client to be able to edit section, and I want everyone, myself and the client, to be able to see it. And we're going to submit it. I like the form just like that. I don't want to add any more questions. I just wanted to have this summary, the private notes, the aha moments, and then when I go back, I'm going to see my new coaching journal template, and there it is, LCO 2.0 call. It really is that simple. So you can create coaching journal templates to go with every program that you have if you want to. So if you have a new year, new you type of program, now's a great time to go ahead and create that coaching journal template that is specific to that program. You can make it as specific or as general as you want it to be. And then you make the decision on which one is the default. So if I go and click on my LCO 2.0 call, and it says set default, see that? I'm going to click set default. And now it is the one that has the yellow button, the yellow star. Very simple. You like that? We try to make things very easy, very, very easy here at Life Coach Office for all of our coaches. All right, so let me just go here to the chat. Hold on. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have any messages from any of you, and I don't. Again, if you have any questions at all, please just go ahead and type them into the chat. I'll be very, very happy to assist you with that. All right. I talked about how when you are creating a meeting that you can choose the template that you want, and it's as simple as this. New meeting. You're in the calendar. You're going to hit new meeting. All right, I'm going to use Maria. She is one of my test clients here. LCO 2.0 call. That's the session title. Can't wait to talk to you. All right, let's say that this meeting is going to be for tomorrow. Yep, that's right. And it's not going to have any recurring. It's not weekly recurring. It's just one occurrence. Here's the template. See, LCO 2.0 call is the journal template that came up. And the reason why is because I made it the default. If I decided that I didn't want it to be the one, there are all the journal templates right there. You just choose one. And for the sake of the call, we'll do that. I'm going to choose the 90-day U. This tells you the time for your participant in their time zone. So she's in a different time zone than I am. I'm doing the session at 4:20, but it is 5:20 in her time zone. I don't have anything that I want to attach to it, but if you wanted to attach something to this meeting, you could. If you had a file, if you had something you wanted her to read, if you had something you wanted her to complete, whatever it was, you could attach it right there. You click save. Would you like to notify your client? Yes, please. And what happens? An email goes out to your client saying you've been invited to this call. The coaching journal template, coaching journal was created. Once she responds to it, you'll see that she responds. We're going to go ahead and go to that coaching journal so you can see it. And there you have it. This is the coaching journal. Remember, I showed you this one. It's not the one we just created because this is the coaching journal for 90 Day Youth. Session summary, private notes, ahas, and things that work. That's all a part of that particular coaching journal. We're going to go back to the calendar for a moment because I want you to see what this looks like in the calendar. It's a little bit different than it was in the original session. So on the 20th, 4:20 p.m., LCO 2.0 call with Maria. Now, let's say I spoke with Maria, and Maria says, you know what? Can we make it for next the next week on the 30th? Because I'm not ready to meet tomorrow, and next week is Black Friday. Can we just meet on the 30th? I say, absolutely, I'm available. Same time? Oh, yeah, same time. Look, you don't have to go into the meeting anymore. You're just going to right click it. Uh-oh. I did exactly what I was afraid I was going to do. Of course I did. All right, I'm going back to the calendar. I'm going to move this meeting. All right, just need to get it right. All right, there we go. Move the meeting. No, 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 no. I didn't move anything yet. Okay. I'm trying to move it without a mouse, and that's part of the problem. I'm so sorry. These things, of course, happen live. There we go. I'm moving it to the 30th. Would you like to notify your client? Yes, I would. And just that simple, the meeting was moved to the 30th. My client has been notified. Everything else has remained the same. It is that simple to make changes to your meeting date and time. So one of the popular questions that I get about the calendar, biggest question of all, can clients make their own meeting requests? Can they, can I give them access to the calendar so that they can make their own meeting requests? At this time, no. You have to go in and set the meeting just the way we did from your calendar or in the client's file. Create a new meeting for them and allow the system to to send them an email saying that they're going to have that you're requesting this meeting with them. They can accept it. They can say tentatively or they can decline it, and it gives them the option to be able to email you and say, here's what will work better. Now, here's something that you've been waiting to hear, and I know you've been waiting to hear it. It is definitely coming that your client will have the ability to have access to your calendar and to create their own meetings, allow you to say yes or no or maybe or give them another date. All right. I cannot tell you exactly when because as with all things with Life Coach Office, we do not want to launch them until we know that they work the way they're supposed to work. So just know that we've heard you. It is something that we are working on. We needed to do the upgrade for 2.0 first, but this is one of the hot topics for those of us that are working behind the scenes with Life Coach Office. So yes, there is going to come a time sooner than later. So that means it's not going to be 8 months down the line. Sooner than later, where you have clients that are going to be able to make their own appointments on with Life Coach Office from wherever it is that you decide to house it. So that should make you happy. I hope it does. Alrighty, so let me go back to my email and see the next questions that I want to make sure that you received. Oh, I got my email from Maria Jones's email. All right, so the next one. Oh, okay, so this has to do with billing. All right, so we get a question from folks who change their PayPal accounts, and they want to know when they change their email for their PayPal account or when they're using a different PayPal account, how can they attach the new PayPal account to their Life Coach Office so that their clients are putting their money into the correct account. That makes sense? So you have a PayPal account and you don't want your clients to put money into that account. You create a new account for your business and you now want the money that you are receiving from your clients to go into that account. How do you do that? It's very easy. Let's click on the profile. All right, did you see that? I just went up there to my picture and my profile. Okay. All right. Oh, is this wrong? Yeah, it is. Okay, maybe you don't do that. Hold on a second. I have to get this right. It's moved. And this is what happens. And this is the reason why I like to do these things live. Because I want you to see that it really is very easy for you to get this done. All right, client billing. All right. It's not under the profile. It's under billing. I'm going to show you that again. All right. All right. I thought it was under the coach's profile. No. See the little gears here? Little gear says, how do we make this thing work? How, what are the foundations? What are the things that are important to me as a coach? Right there. System settings, client billing. Client billing has to be very important to you as a coach, right? Think of it that way. All right. In client billing, what you have are ways to pay and ways to get paid. Does that make sense? Okay. What to pay and ways to get paid. You can say it that way. So here are all your products and services. Any kind of coaching program, even your regular coaching sessions. Maybe you have a 30-day program, a 6-month program, a 3-month program. Maybe you have an ebook or some kind of, maybe it's both, an ebook along with some coaching. All those products and services need to be in this area here because this is where you create the ability to bill for it. So when you are creating an invoice, it pulls from products and services. So if you, let's say I wanted to bill someone for, a $1,000 coaching fee for something. As you can see, I don't have anything for $1,000. So when I go into my invoices, I'm not going to be able to do that. I first need to create the product or service. It's very easy. I'm going to show you right now. LCO 2.0, 2.0 demo. The price, $1,000. There's not going to be any tax on this. I'm going to save it. It's because it's just for some coaching. It's a series of coaching. And there it is. It's right there. It's that simple. Okay? Now, you want to put in your tax rate. And the reason why is because if you have products that you are actually selling, then products in most states, in a lot of places, actually need to be taxed. Your services may not need to be, but your products definitely do. You will have to pay taxes on that, so you'll charge tax to your client. So just make sure that you put that in. So here's your PayPal info here. You want to change that. So let's click Edit, and you literally will go in to that area. Just change the email address. Make sure the currency is the right currency. Okay? And then you're good. If you have bank transfer information, you want it to go into your bank, you'll put that information there. You save it, and you're good to go. It's that simple. So if you change where you want your money to be deposited from your clients, that is exactly where you go. Wasn't that easy? So I'm going to click on the home button again, just to take us to the home space. I'm going to check my chat window. Don't have any questions yet. Again, if you have any questions at all, feel free to simply add your question to the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. I'm going to go through a couple more things. Just a few questions that I get with regard to the customer service line. There's some questions that I get quite frequently. Okay, so here's a really good question. People often ask, what is the difference between the library and the classroom? All right, well, let's take a look at the library first. Okay, so when you look at your library literally is basically documents for the most part. Okay. And so think of your library literally as something that you want a client to download and to read. An ebook, maybe you have one of those stress wheels, one of those circle things. Maybe you have, maybe you just have a list of information, some rules regarding coaching and how to get the most out of coaching, and just some guidelines that you need all your clients to follow. And maybe you want to put it in the library for all of your clients to access, and not necessarily have to upload it to each individual client's folder. Maybe you want to do it that way. You can use it for anything with regard to that. The classroom, however, is completely different. The classroom is exactly that. The classroom is a classroom. So the classroom can be a mixture of videos, course load that you put together, where when a person purchases it, you give them access to whatever you have in there. All right. Same thing is true in the library. You give people access to it, but usually the course information is, we think of it as stuff that you are charging a premium price for. You can upload video from Vimeo or from YouTube into this system. And what you see right here where it says Pathfinder, Welcome, 3 Steps course, those are folders. My strong suggestion to every coach is to create a folder for Welcome and make sure that all of your clients have access to it. And please create a video of yourself welcoming your new client and thanking them for choosing you as a coach. And just talk to them a little bit about your style. Remember, most of you as coaches will not be sitting face to face with your client. I actually have a client that I've been coaching for several years, and I've never met him. Never met him. So the only way he gets to really see me is if we Skype, or if I do video and send him video. So it's always good to do that. And it gives them an opportunity to kind of feel at ease with you. Because again, this could be a client that maybe is coming to you because they were a referral. Sometimes the client really just might find you on the internet and take a chance. You want them to get a sense of who you are and your style. And it's always nice to be able to say, hey, welcome. And, for the client who doesn't want to download anything and read anything, it's a good place for you to say, if you're not going to make your call, here's what's going to happen. Some coaches charge for that. Some coaches do not. Maybe there's a number of calls and then you're going to charge for it. So make sure that you do that welcome video. You might want to do a separate one for rules and regulations because you want to keep the welcome maybe a little bit separate from that. But make sure you have a welcome page, just something where you can welcome them. Let me see if I don't think I have anything in my welcome here because this is just a dummy account and I just create folders. Oh, I do. I have a couple of videos. One is a motivational video and another one that talks about how coaching works. There are a lot of people who hear about coaching, who think that they may know something about coaching, but do they really know how coaching works? Maybe not. So that would be a good place to show that sort of thing. I'm just going to go back so you can see the other page. So that would be something that every client would have access to. Now, the Pathfinders course, which is a true course that we offer through Life Coach Office, excuse me, this is where you have lessons. So, and this is just samples, lesson 2, lesson 1. And, when a person purchases the Pathfinders course, they have access to the lessons. This is how you're going to set up your lessons. All right. So as a coach, what I want coaches to begin to think about your strength in coaching and begin to say, how can I duplicate myself so that people can receive coaching from me even when I'm not there? This is how you begin to decide, okay, I'm going to create a coaching program. And when you create a coaching program, this is what you're going to do. You're going to create a folder. You're going to put lessons up via video. You're going to add to it some documents maybe that you want them to download and to go along. Maybe it's going to be a workbook. Maybe it'd be a different document for each video. Maybe a little bit of both. but this is what you're going to do. You're going to package it together, create a product out of it, and you're going to market that on the internet. That is a great way for you to create a solid passive income for yourself. And as I said, through Life Coach Office, we do have through our parent company, Universal Coaching Systems, there's all kinds of information there if you look it up on the internet about how you can do that. Renee runs some awesome classes a few times a year that shows coaches exactly how it walks you through step by step on how to do that. This is what we believe is a great way for coaches to leverage their time and be able to coach more clients effectively. All right, so this is how you're going to set that up. Then, of course, there are your one-off videos, is what I call it. And I give access to many of my clients. If I have, sometimes I have just a group, and then there are other times where I may have a group running and then a few of my one-on-one coaching clients. And oftentimes, at least one person out of a group is going to want me for some additional one-on-one coaching. There is additional coaching items that I give to my one-on-one clients because I want to keep them engaged in between coaching sessions. You don't have to put that under any kind of package. You can just have these videos out there, give them access to it when you want to give them access to it. You could do it individually, as a group, however you decide to do it. It's completely up to you. Use your classroom and your library for exactly what you want to use it for. All right? It's very important for you to do that. Wonderful. Okay. I'm just checking on my time here. Our time is pretty good. And hold on. I want to make sure that there are no questions. And no questions yet. Awesome. Okay. So we've gone over a few of the things that have been coming through lately. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just reading through to see if there's anything else in particular because I've covered, believe it or not, the things that I wanted to make sure that I covered. I was expecting a lot of questions because this is Life Coach Office 2.0, but I'm not getting questions from you, which is actually a good thing. That means that hopefully we're covering all of our bases. One of the things that I can say is that I really would love it if you guys could go in and send us an email through our Life Coach Office support button and tell us what kind of courses you'd like to see us run for you. We are more than happy to run coaching classes on a monthly basis for all of our coaches. And all we need to know is what is it that you want to know. We typically have been doing open calls, and pretty much when I'm doing an open call, I'm just going through and I'm discussing what seems to be the themes with regard to the questions that I'm being asked by coaches on a regular basis for that month. But we are more than willing to help you leverage the power of Life Coach Office and show you how to use it more effectively for all of your clients. So please, just send us an email. Let us know what it is that you're looking for. We'll be more than happy to help you with that. All right. Okay, so the other thing that is major is the time. You have to make sure that the time is correct for your client and that the time is correct for you. Now, most of you already know that when you click to start here and you go to set up, we tell you make sure that you set up your time. All right, your time has to be correct. But you may not realize that if your time is not correct for your client, that's going to be a problem as well. So I want to make sure. All right, so here we are. I pulled up Dave Smith, and this is his account settings here. I want to show you this so that you see these things. All right, so this is the account settings for Dave Smith. All right, now your client might go in and register through a link, but not set up their time zone correctly. So once your clients do register, make sure you go in and check the time zone. Okay? So I just clicked on the time zone, and it shows Dave as living in Pacific time zone, which is correct. Now, if Dave were your client, and let's say Dave did not live in Pacific and you knew that, and you also knew that he was not vacationing, which you wouldn't want to make that his time zone anyway, but you know that he's definitely in Central. You can go ahead and go in and edit that, and you can change it to Central time zone. Here's why. When you create that meeting, as I showed you earlier, and then it's going to default and it's going to show you this is the time that you're creating the meeting, and here is the time in your client's time zone. If it's in the wrong time zone, it's going to list the meeting at the wrong time for your client. So if you needed to change it, you would just move it to, and I'm going to go ahead and do it because Dave is a fictitious client. You would just move it to Central, and then you submit it as save, and you're good. Dave is now in the correct time zone. He's in Central. And when I go to set up a meeting for Dave, I'm going to have me in Eastern and Dave in Central, and everybody's going to be happy. If I had left things the other way, the meeting would be for me in Eastern and Dave in Pacific, which means he'd be an hour off. We don't want that kind of confusion, right? The other thing is that when you go and try to book a meeting on the same day for another client, your times, the time that you booked that meeting is really going to be wrong. So, make sure that you're checking your client's profile, check their account settings, and make sure that the time zones are correct. If your time zones are correct, then you're not going to have any major issues. That is huge. It's one of the things that's probably most often overlooked, and it's very important for you to check that. The other thing is with the username and password, just so you know, let's say your client locks themselves out, forgets their email, and they're clicking the button and they're saying that they're not receiving their email to reset their button. Well, the first thing I'm going to tell them to go in and check their bulk mail or their spam folder, because the email may go there as opposed to directly into their inbox. The other thing is that you can go in and you can edit and change the password. Understand that when you do this, what's going to happen is it's going to generate an email to your client saying, do you want to change your email? Change your password. And they will need to say yes, and then it will ask them to confirm the password. If they say no, the password will not change. Okay? This is also where you would change the email for your client if you needed to change the email. So your client may give you one email, and then maybe, they decide they're going to use a different account for their coaching. So that would be how you do that. All right? Great. I hope that you're enjoying this. I'm hoping that you're getting the information that you need on how to use Life Coach Office. You should have received that the reports for Life Coach Office has now been correct. So the coaching hours report reflects properly. However, it will only reflect if you go in, as I showed you earlier, and you actually change the coaching journal template to show the amount of time that you actually spent on that call. Okay? It's important for you to do that, especially if you're going to be using this time for your ICF credentials. A lot of the coaches, a lot of you are doing that. So I want to make sure that you remember to go and fill that out. All right, there's just one more thing that I want to talk to you about before the end. We close this call, and that is about our pricing. If you have been receiving our emails, you know that in just a couple of short weeks, our pricing for Life Coach Office is going to change. We believe that Life Coach Office is a tremendous value for all of the coaches out there. If for as little as $13 a month right now, you can have a 10-person subscription to Life Coach Office. And if you currently have that subscription, when our pricing does change, you will keep that price for the 10-person subscription. That subscription is going to change to $24 a month. If you know of a coach that is either thinking about Life Coach Office as as a tool, or if you know someone that doesn't know about it, that may want to consider an online tool, now is the time for them to get in and to be grandfathered in at the current price. Once the price changes, we will not be able to honor the old pricing. So it's very important that they get in, and they're going and that they maintain their subscription in order to keep that price. You know, there is a big difference between $13 and $24, but we all know that the system is definitely worth $24 a month. It's a tremendous system. We put a lot of work into it, and we continue to enhance it as much as possible, just as I said earlier, based off of your suggestions, because you are the reason why we're doing this. So the other thing is that since we're talking about you talking to other coaches about becoming subscribers to Life Coach Office, now is the time, if you have not already, now is the time for you to become an affiliate. Why is that? Because if you become an affiliate, when a person signs up under your link, what happens is that we will pay you the full cost that they pay for the first 2 months that they subscribe to Life Coach Office. Okay? The way you become is by clicking on that affiliate link, just like I did down at the bottom. Okay? And then it says simply log into your LCO account. Click become an affiliate at the bottom of the page. Accept the terms and conditions that's down here. All right, that little box. I'm not going to do it. This is a test account. And then you register. All right. Once you register, you're going to have a link. And when you send that link out to people, when people sign up using it, what happens is that you will be able to track in your own account who has actually signed up using your link. So you'll always know who actually has used your link. And then, as it says right here, your commission will be 100% of the subscription fees paid in the first 2 months by the coach that you have referred. Isn't that awesome? I really think that's awesome. Your commission will be paid out within 1 week of your referred coach making their third successful LCO subscription payment. All right? That is just awesome. What's better? We will pay your commission directly into your PayPal account. And we're going to use the account that you have linked into your LCO system. All right. And as I said, you're able to track the progress. You're able to see who has actually signed up using the link that you have. So again, now is the time. Now really is the time. We really are going to be changing the pricing. So whether a person signs up at the LCO with the LCO 10 model at $13 a month, or they do the LCO 100 at $37 a month, now is the time. The $37 a month pricing is going to change to $47 a month, and it will be unlimited. So if they're paying $37 now, what will happen is that they will get $37 a month and unlimited subscription. So if you're an LCO 10 person now, but you think that you're going to be an LCO 15 person soon, you might want to go ahead and you might want to sign up for LCO 100 so that you can go ahead and move into the 100 realm. And at the end of the month, when we switch over, you'll have unlimited subscriptions available for that same $37 a month. All right. I hope that I'm being very clear. I'm being adamant about this because it is just such a deal. It's a phenomenal deal. And you get access to everything that you have access to. And you'll have access to any enhancements as we move forward with the enhancements of our system. So think about it. You have, another couple of weeks now to go. But again, if you know that you're going to be moving in, past that 10 mark soon, and yes, any person that remains a subscriber in the system, meaning their name is there, whether they're an active client or not, even if you disable them, they count as a subscription. All right. The only way they don't is if you delete their account. And once you delete them, they're deleted. So don't delete anyone without printing out their information. If you have a ton of people, let us know. We'll point it out for you. But once you delete them, they're gone from the system. So unless you want to consistently delete people out of the system, my strong suggestion to you would be to move up into the other arena. And hey, it's going to be unlimited for $37 a month in another few weeks. All right. Okay, I believe that that's going to about do it for this session of Life Coach Office Open Call. I'm going to be bringing calls to you on a monthly basis. Again, please, please, please hit me up. Let us know on our Facebook page. Let us know on our LinkedIn page. Let us know through our LCO support button. What is it that you want us to give classes on? We'll be happy to bring these classes to you. Also suggest a time and a day of the week for us. We don't mind playing around with the time and the day of the week. Again, these calls are for you. I'm so happy that you decided to spend some time with us. I hope you're enjoying the system. If you have any questions, of course, let us know. This is Kim Horvath with Life Coach Office saying good night, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care.